up guys, it's your girl Brianna, aka Mini Marley, and I'm back for another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I got these I lied. These are passion twists. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved these passion twists by myself at home. I've been trying a lot of new things with my hair. If you missed my faux locks tutorial, definitely check that out. I will link it above and you can go ahead and see how I did that. But for today, I decided to try a passion twist for the first time. It was literally a spur of the moment decision. I went to the beauty supply store literally at like 8:30 last night, and I started doing this like at midnight, stayed up all night last night, and I finished this afternoon. Ridiculous, but it was definitely worth it. Now, I know there are a ton of passion twist videos out there, but while I was doing my hair, I ran into some issues, and that's why it took me so long, and I just couldn't find a video that addressed the specific issues that I ran into. So I thought it would be helpful to show you guys the mistakes that I made, why it took me so long, because if you correct those mistakes, this is really a simple and easy style to do. I would say definitely easier than faux locks. So I want to help you in case you are struggling to do this at home. So definitely just keep watching this video. Alright, as usual, we are starting with freshly washed hair, and I actually washed it using melanin hair care products. So like this video if you want a full melanin hair care review. And I just went ahead and blow dried my hair, so as you can see it's fully blow dried now, and I pretty much start all my protective styles like this. So off camera, I went ahead and did the back section of my hair. I sectioned it off using a rat tail comb, and then I applied rubber bands to each section because I am using the rubber band method. So before you do this, you want to make sure that you put some oil on your rubber bands. I'm using the melanin hair care oil. As you can see, I pretty much used all of her products for this video, but we will discuss those products in a whole nother video. So I'm just coating those rubber bands with oils, and then I'm using Shine and Jam. This is the holy grail for most braiders, so I decided to use it for this video. And I went ahead and just parted off each section. As you can see, I have a super fine rat tail comb, and I like to make sure that my parts are very precise. For the back of my head, I went in the bathroom and I had 2 mirrors in there so I could really make sure that everything was nice and neat. And for this part, it's pretty much simple. I'm just using the mirror to make sure that I get my parts really nice and clean. I apply Shine and Jam to the base of each section, and then I apply my rubber band, and this is what that looks like. This took me a very long time. I wanted my sections to be bigger than this, honestly, but I don't know what it is about me. Anytime I do a protective style like this, I always come out with small sections, and it's just ridiculous. So maybe next time I'll do them bigger, but that is totally up to you how big or small you want to do them. You don't even have to use a comb to part if you don't want to. You can go for a messier look, but I like a really clean, perfect look. You guys know me. So I'm just applying the Shine and Jam to the base of my section. And if you apply this first before you part off each little square, it will actually help you get an even more perfect line. Just a little tip. Now, keep in mind that when you're applying your rubber bands, you don't want to do it too tight so that your hair is pulling or breaking. You want to make sure that it is nice and comfortable, but also very secure. So I went ahead and finished that off, and this is what my hair is looking like now. I have a ton of sections. I didn't even count it. I'm sorry. I could not spend any more time on this. Like I said, I started this at midnight, and I really thought it was going to take me maybe 5 or 6 hours, but it literally took me more like 12. And I didn't stop. So here is me starting my first twist. So like I said, I thought this was gonna be easy. I went ahead and put some Shine and Jam on my section of hair, and then I went ahead and separated the free tress water wave hair, which is what I'm using. I braided at the root. I started twisting, and I'm like, okay, this is easy. We're gonna be done soon. And when I finished my twist, I was like, what is this? I let it go. go, and as you can see, I didn't get that really nice twist pattern, that really nice juicy twist that we love for passion twists. It just wasn't hitting. So I twisted one more time and it actually came out right, and I was like, okay, I got this now. This is going to be easy. I did the second twist and I had the same problem. It just wasn't nice and cohesive. So I just spent some time, a lot of time actually, hours off camera, doing the back section of my hair, figuring out what works so that I could show you guys how to really do this. So I'm gonna put you guys on game and tell you everything to avoid when you're doing this style. So first thing first, get out your Shine and Jam and apply it to the entire section of hair. Put it down this whole section from the root all the way to the tip. It just really helps to get the hair to stay inside of the twist and not be poking out and be all frizzy. So you want to do that first. Then you want to get 2 strands of hair. I'm using Free Tress Water Wave. Now I thought all of this hair would be exactly the same, but as you can see, when I hold these together, they go together. The pattern matches perfectly. This is 2 different pieces of hair, and as you can see, it doesn't line up perfectly. So I realized that that cannot work. I was using hair that did not go together, and when I would twist it together, it just wouldn't give me the perfect twist. So it is really important to make sure that you're putting the 2 pieces together that line up perfectly. They actually come together, but the first time that I was doing the twist in the back of my head, I pretty much just took a piece of hair and started, and it just didn't work out. So once you go ahead and find your 2 pieces, just go ahead and rough up that twist a little bit, separate it, and then as you can see, I'm starting to braid it in. So I bring that Free Tress Water Wave hair to the root of my hair, and then I braid it using my hair as the 3rd strand. If you know how to do box braids using the rubber band method, then this should be really easy for you. If you don't worry, we'll go through this one more time and I'll show you once again what I do. After I braid a couple times, I'm going to take my hair and I'm going to split it in half because we're doing twists. So I'm going to add 1/2 of my hair to the twisting hair and the other half of my hair to the other strand of twisting hair. And now I have 2 strands and we're going to start twisting. The next thing you need to remember to make sure you get these nice juicy passion twists is that you need to twist the hair in the right direction. You need to pay attention to the way that the hair naturally twists. Again, this hair is already in a twisting pattern and you want to make sure that you're lining everything up perfectly so that it twists properly. So if you go in the wrong direction, it's not going to twist seamlessly. Make sure that you go in the direction that the hair naturally is supposed to be twisted in. And once you get the hair, you'll know what I'm talking about. It might sound confusing to you now, but once you get the hair, you'll get the hang of it, trust me. So this is what that twist looks like. I pull all the rest of my hair to the front so I could see exactly where I want to cut. Once I decide that, I'm just going to go ahead and apply my rubber band. You can do this style long, it doesn't have to be short, but I love this shorter look with the blunt cut at the end with the rubber bands. You don't have to do this, you can just twist it all the way out. Don't use any rubber bands at all, but I wanted a bob look. I actually ended up snipping a few of my ends. I don't think I snipped too much of my hair, probably just the ends, and I needed a trim anyway, so not too worried about it. I'll figure it out when I take this out, but this is what the twist is looking like. All right, so let's move on to the next section so that I could show you that one more time. I took down the section of hair that I wanted. I'm applying some Shine and Jam to the entire section, making sure that it is pretty nice and coated and almost stiff, if that makes sense. I made sure that I picked up the right 2 strands of hair, and now I'm going to fluff it up a little bit, just loosen it up with my fingers. Then find the middle of the twist, apply it to the base of this section that you've already created, and we're going to use your hair as the 3rd strand and just start braiding it in. Make sure that you pull tightly as you're doing this to make sure that it is really nice and secure. You don't want this to be loose. If you don't do it nice and snug and tight, the braid is basically going to be too loose. It's going to slide right out. You need to hold tightly. Once you've braided about 3 or 4 times, separate your hair into the 2 strands of twist that you already have, and then start twisting in the direction that the hair already it goes in. Make sure that you also twist as neatly as possible, keeping everything consistent, and your twists will be popping and juicy as they should be. So when you get to the end, once again, make sure that you line everything up so that you can see where you're going to be cutting. I like to let the twist go. I don't keep the twist taut and tight and then put the rubber band in. I let it go so that I can see where it bounces up, because after you let it go, it tends to bounce up. So you don't want to cut it too short on accident. And then I just go ahead and snip it, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to do that a few more times for you guys just so you can get the hang of it. But it is pretty easy once you figure those two things out. As you can see, I really pay attention to the hair before I install it, making sure that it is really lined up. I don't know what it is, but the free tress water wave hair, it just comes, some of them are like in a slightly different pattern. If you just look at it when you take it out, you'll think that all of the hair is the same, but they're kind of a little bit slightly different. I feel like they curl two pieces at a time, and you need to make sure that you use those two pieces together if you're going to be doing this. So this is just what worked for me. I like when the twists look super perfect. Sometimes I've seen other people do it and they have a more messy look. If you don't mind that, then you don't need to worry about the twist being perfectly lined up. It's all about what you prefer. I've seen people use 3 strands of this hair so that their twists are even fatter. Again, that's something that you can do if you want to, but if you want the exact look that I got, then just go ahead and use these tips and twist your heart out, and eventually you'll get this result. So I totally forgot to show you guys the hair that I used in this video, but it is free tress water wave. Like I mentioned, I'm using the colors 1 and 1B, and it is in 12 inches. They also have 22 inches if you prefer a longer length, and I will link that in the description box below. So like I said, I pretty much stayed up all night doing this. I started at 12 and I stopped at 12 in the afternoon, got a shower, changed my clothes, ate some food, and as you can see, I'm just finishing up now. Once I figured out the technique, this was super easy. I think that the hardest part moving forward when I do this again is probably just going to be creating these perfect sections, because that always takes a long time. But after I finally got the technique, twisting was so easy and I finished this really fast. I think that when I take out this hair, I'm going to leave my hair parted and I'm just going to reinstall these twists and wear it for another 2 weeks, because I've just really been loving this style. It's been a week so far and it's still holding up. My hair is frizzing up a little bit, but like I said, I'm just going to take the twists out and then reinstall them, and I think I'll be good to go for another 2 weeks. So it was definitely worth it. Alright, the last twist is installed and this is pretty much the finished look. I love the way this turned out. You guys, I have really just been enjoying this style so much. Of course, I'm enjoying not having to deal with my hair at all. I sometimes like to wear this half up, half down with one of the twists in the front hanging down in my face, and you'll see that in a second. But overall, this style was so worth it and so easy to do. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it really helpful. If you are going to be trying out these passion twists at home, I really hope that these tips come in handy. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and most importantly, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss my upcoming videos. Subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.